Instagram's algorithm has been promoting accounts that openly sell child pornography. That's according to investigations by the Wall Street Journal and researchers at Stanford and the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I spoke with Andrew Selepak, a social media professor at the University of Florida, for his analysis on this alarming revelation. Andrew Selepak, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Where's law enforcement here? You'd think that they would be very proactive about addressing this issue.
I think that's one of the big things with this story that's the most concerning. Instagram basically said we've deleted over 400,000 accounts that were related to these child sex predator rings, but they didn't say if they reported it to the FBI. You have to assume that these accounts were across state lines, probably international accounts. You had people selling child pornography, creators of child pornography who would sell this content. So from that reason alone, you would think the FBI would be very highly involved in this and that Instagram would be providing IP addresses, that Instagram would be looking at how money was exchanged between these different pedophiles and then people who consume child pornography, what additional third-party apps were being used to do this. Was it being done with cryptocurrency? And that is a huge missing part. It really shouldn't be professors and academics who are finding child pornography and reporting on it. It should be the FBI, it should be Instagram, it should be social media platforms that are doing this and not rely on the average user to expose it.
Maybe we'll start to see a change here. So last question, what can parents do to keep their kids safe from this, really toxic environment online?
I think the biggest thing is that parents need to know what goes on social media. It's not enough just to know that your child is on there and maybe give them a couple warnings. Parents really need to understand the platforms. Parents need to know how they work, how their child can be exposed to different things, and then decide if they want their child to be on there. At the end of the day, social media is a nice way for people to connect, but if you're a child, is there really a big need to connect with whoever? One of the things we think about is not just, okay, well, who can a child potentially encounter, but it's also who those people are trying to encounter. There are people out there trying to encounter children. So they're purposely looking for kids. And from that perspective, I think parents not just need to know how these things work, but also make a big decision as to whether or not they should allow their child to be on there in the first place.